It's Dave.
And Dave.
And together we are Twin Link. Oh, man. Hey, so it's been a little bit since our last discussion, but we're getting back on track after a little vacation hiatus, right? We gave a double breakdown of the BAO last time we were out there, but now we're moving forward with our standard format.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, we're going to give you 2 episodes, all right? So one of the things that we understand, it's hard to watch a YouTube cast that's like 40, 50 minutes long, right?
Even when looking at this.
Even with all of this going on, yeah. So we're going to try to break it up. We're going to tighten it up even tighter. Our goal is to do 2 20-minute episodes, 2 20-minute episodes. So hopefully that makes it a little easier for you guys to watch it. You can take in little snippets. So digest it a little bit. So I believe, Dave, we're on episode 10.
Who's counting?
I want to say episode 10. So
sounds like 10. I think we're about 10.
I think we're about 10. So now every episode is going to have like a 10A, 10B, right? So we're going to be talking about events that happened, and that usually takes up a good chunk, and we'll talk about some standings. And then 10B is going to be kind of what we've been up to in the hobby.
And what's coming up.
And what's coming up next. So without further ado,
adieu.
Let's move forward and go ahead and get on into it. So the last 2 weeks, there's been a ton of action out in the Western Regional Conference of the ITC. Let me tell you what. So I went through and I got some good reporting stuff to go off of here. But let's start all the way back on August 26th. We'll go on a little bit back in time, Dave.
Well, today is September 5th as we are here recording. So
boom, yes. Timestamp, right? We always got to do the timestamp. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. So the first little RTT we're going to talk about was out in Vista, California at Pair of Dice. I love that name.
I would love to be in paradise right now.
Oh, that's one way to look at it. I was thinking about 2 little dice.
Well, that's what I said, paradise.
Oh, I thought,
but it is a paradise.
So it was a small little game, a fun little game. We had 7 players. Now, 7 players used to be pretty decent for an RTT back at the end of 7th edition. But now 7 players is pretty small, all things considered, Dave.
Things have grown.
There was
7. 7's a lucky number. How'd they do?
Well, our 2 winners coming in first place. We'll give a big shout out to Trevor Sandoval. Who was playing Chaos. Now, see, it gets interesting nowadays when they just say Chaos, because you don't know if it's Chaos Demons, you don't know if it's a nice blend of stuff. But we have to assume that his number 1 faction was Chaos Demons going into this. And he has some interesting scores, Dave. A 14, a 16, and a 17 with a 19-point max, right? So he's not dominating the games out there, but he's definitely winning the games.
He's winning them.
He's winning. He's holding on, right? So great job, Trevor. Way to go. Way to win it. Coming in second place is Adam Gaddy. Adam Gaddy playing Ynnari. Mm-hmm. So Ynnari is definitely still a thing. They don't even have their own codex, Dave, but people know how to use them. As we'll go through, there's a couple Ynnari winners here in these last couple weekends.
I thought we were done. I thought they were out.
The
I'm so excited.
I thought you were gone.
No.
But no.
They keep coming back like typhus.
So resilient those Eldar. Hey, let's go to our second game out in beautiful Clearfield, Utah. Dave.
Sounds like a beautiful place.
We have to make a road trip to Utah this year. All right? There's so many games being played out in Utah. I want to go. They had a 14-player, nice little RTT gladiator game. First place, we're going out to Rich Kilton. Rich Kilton playing Goffs? What is that, Dave?
He was playing Goff.
Is that a type of orc?
Yeah.
It is, right?
Golf.
God, Rich Kilton playing orcs, coming in first place out of 14 players, and they have a tough meta over there. I mean, second place was a friend of the show, Thomas Hextrom Oki, right? He came in second place. He's the top
Adeptus.
Astartes Marine player right now. I mean, he's number 1. He came in second. So Rich.
Uno.
That's right. Rich playing orcs came in with the domination factor.
Great job.
And Rich is actually number 1 orc player right now in the ITC. Well done, Rich. His scores 17, 18, and 18. Pretty dominating play out there.
So number 1 versus number 1.
Yeah.
Who came out on top?
The orcs. Right? Thomas came in second. Great job. Yeah, but hey. Look at his scores. 14, 14, and 10. So that gun line that was dominating for the Space Marines at the early part of the meta is definitely starting to see a little bit of a shift. Going on.
Tough fight.
Dave, orcs. What's going on? How are your orcs doing?
I haven't been playing orcs since Pre-BOA.
BOA.
BAO.
Yeah, no doubt.
phase.
Huh?
I've been playing Imperial Guard, so
That's
we'll
right.
get back to them.
Dude, the orcs are obviously viable. Hey, Fairfield, California. Our next RTT, 14 players out in beautiful Fairfield. That's up by Sacramento. I think that's the Great Escape Games is technically Fairfield, right around there. So anyway, 14 players, another good turnout. Number one, actually we have two first place because they tied.
They tied.
First place, Dustin Lane. Dustin Lane with Tau, right? 19, 19, and 19. 3 perfect score games. Also in first place, I don't want to short him, it was Kyle Watson. Kyle Watson playing the Dark Angels.
And his score?
Well, let me see. We're trying to figure this out mathematically.
So they didn't have to play each other.
No, they did not.
Oh, I want a tournament where they
Right?
converge.
I want to see Kirk and Spock in the pit. Dun, 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 dun,
These
dun.
gentlemen deserve a grudge match.
I agree.
Just for their own. Take it up.
Dustin, Kyle, let's get out there.
Unsanctioned.
Stream it. Unsanctioned.
Fight club in the street, in the
No
gutter.
judges. There won't be any judges. No bell will save you.
Ain't gonna be no rematch.
Ain't gonna be no. Well, we want one. Anyway,
Well, they didn't play each other.
so both of those guys were nice enough to post their lists on the Best Coast Pairings app. So I was actually able to take a look at it. Dustin's playing a pretty common list. We say these days for Tau. He had 4 commanders, right? 4 commanders coming in. So they got that drop. They drop in. They can lay down all kinds of firepower. 6 crisis suits.
Crises.
Right, so more dropping in, more laying down and firepower, and the 4-year-old Yavarna. This is very similar to the list I played against in the BAO, Dave. So
How'd you do against that list?
I did beat that list. I did beat
good
him.
job.
So, but like I say, I was able to spread out my army really wide. So his drop-in stuff with my Nurglings being up front, he had a hard time really getting to a good position for that. kind of stuff.
Gurgle on the Nurgle.
Where Kyle Watson playing Dark Angels. So Dark Angels are not dead. He brings in Azrael, give him stuff, the 4+,
They're
4+.
undead.
They wish. 3 Venerable Dreadnoughts, right? You don't see that too often. 2 Fire Raptors. Forge World Ridiculousness, Nate.
That's that. Yeah, never.
It's a huge flyer. It has like 4 quad heavy bolters. It's got twin lays cannons. It's just loaded with firepower. It's a transport, so he's dropping off these guys, and then a bunch of little scouts and stuff like that around to go around and grab objectives.
What's that flyer called?
A Fire Raptor.
Fire Raptor. That is a flying can of whoop ass.
Yeah, it's dirty pool, man. Forge World. Moving forward, we're going to Queen Creek, Arizona. Good old Baxter's Renegades. Always having good matches down over there. 13 players. So once again, a nice solid turnout. 13 players. Coming in first place is Zachary Elgermsa. Well, that's a tough last name. Elgersma. Looks like something you catch.
Yep.
But Elgermsa, once again playing Chaos. So another.
Wash my hands.
Wash it
Saying
good. You don't want to get that funk. Right, playing Chaos again. So another,
There you go.
Another Chaos first place. So, hey, I just want to point out all of our first places so far. None of them, Dave, have a new codex. These are all playing out of the indexes, and they're still winning. So,
Who's got a new codex out there?
oh, we got Grey Knights, we got Chaos Space Marines, we have standard issue Space Marines. So there's guys out there with new codexes, but these guys are still playing out of the indexes and doing good.
Give it time.
Yeah. So Zachary was playing Chaos, first place with a 19, 19, and 17. Good job, Zachary. And coming in second place was Don Husen. Don playing Death Guard, right? Whose code is about to drop. But I love the score difference here. So Zachary, 19, 19, and 17. But the Death Guard, 10, 11, and 16.
Whatever it takes.
Dude, they just hold on. You can't shoot those guys off. You know, they don't get a lot of points, but they win the game, right?
Are they disgustingly resilient?
Yes, they are. All right. Now we're going on to...
Well, that's what you do. You play... What is that you play?
That's what I played last time, Death Guard.
Oh, man.
That was good. Death Guard versus Space Wolves. Look for that in part 2. All right, on the 27th was Hello 8th Edition at Beaverton, Oregon. Beaverton. 16 players. Another fantastic turnout, Dave. Coming in first place was Harry Greiringer playing
Ryring.
Greiringer playing with the Imperium.
Ryringerston.
Well, once again, another great scores. Imperium, you never know what's in those soups. Hey, folks, if you're listening to this at all, or if you know people that don't listen to us or watch us, please have people upload their list on the BCP app. It makes it so much more interesting for people to go back and look later and see what kind of list they took and what they played.
BCP.
Yeah, it's free. It's easy. Upload that stuff and get her on.
Even a caveman can do it.
Nice, Dave. Coming in second place was Tom Nash. Thanks, Tom, for having an easy name. Tom Nash playing Chaos, right? So 1, 2, 3 Chaos lists out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming in first or second place. Chaos is strong.
I think it's a sign of the times.
It is, man. Those
Dark days ahead, man.
dark days ahead. Chaos Space Marines, Chaos Demons, they're loose. All right.
It's always darkest before the dawn.
Ooh, nice little quote. I like it, Dave.
Evil suns. It's going to get real bright.
Evil Sons.
Orcs.
Going out to Honolulu, Hawaii, down at the Armchair Adventurer on August 27th. We had an 8-player, nice little RTT out there. Coming in first place was John Brock, playing the IG. Astra Militarum, Dave.
That's right.
Yeah, IG is strong. Boy. They're winning like crazy. The Nova lists, IG all over the place.
I wonder if he's related to Kelly La.
You think so? You think he's like 6'7", dark hair? John, if you're related, I'm sorry for you. There'd be nothing worse if we were related to something like that is an entire generation sex symbol. Can you imagine that, Dave? Like, you know,
Yeah,
especially
I
if you're
can.
like first cousins.
I'm related to Farrah Fawcett.
Horrible. Man, I had a first cousin that was...
No. I'm related to Maud. Our audience doesn't know who that is. Look it up.
Look it up. Second place out there at the Armchair Adventurer was Robert Moreau. Robert Moreau playing Tau, another Tau list. Good work, John. Good work, Robert. Keep up.
Starting to see a little more Tau out there, huh?
Yeah, there's definitely Tau has viable list. I would tell you what he was running. It's probably Drop Commanders, but got to post it up on the BCP, yo. Get it done.
Gotta do it.
All right, now we're moving to September 1st. Transitions in Everett, Washington. 21 player.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. 21 players up in Everett. But, you know, Everett's home of the Mugu Legion. Those people are serious about their Warhammer. I tell you what.
They reproduce like rabbits. They're Mugu.
All right, coming in first place, this guy is all over the interwebs. Good job, John Paul Mowat, I believe, John Paul Mowat. And here we see something a little different. Here we see one of our first place wins in a major tournament coming out of the Chaos Space Marine Handbook. He's playing Alpha Legion, and his scores are perfect across the board, 19, 19, and 19.
Probably more to come.
Yeah, no kidding. Those Alpha Legion guys, Dave, they're getting some great first strikes. They're able to sneak in and infiltrate and get some units up there.
So how long has that codex been out? Supplement.
I want to say like maybe 3 weeks.
So these are supplements.
No, this is, well, it's like the Space Marine Codex. It's a codex.
Because I want to ban supplements in ITC.
You gotta get tested, especially
Yes,
if you
gotta
win.
get tested for supplements.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Coming to number 2, we've heard this name before, Joshua Death, playing Adeptus Astartes. So Joshua had this funky list. Now he posted up on BCP. Thanks, Joshua. I sure appreciate it.
Death.
Joshua
His
Death.
name is Death.
Yeah, he came in second
You're
place.
going to go to a tournament and you got to play a guy and his name is Death.
Would it intimidate you?
Yes.
Really?
yeah.
I said, let me see what
I
you
want to
got,
play
boo.
Joshua Happy Pants or something. Give me a chance.
So he had a very unique list. There's been talk about this on the interwebs. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. It's like a 6 assassin list, right? And then he's got a ton of tech marines and a few little holders like scouts and stuff like that floating around in the background. And what it does is, you know the rules, Dave, you can't shoot a character unless it's the closest model. So they put these Colexis assassins and stuff like that up in front, and you need a 6 to hit them. They're really hard to take out. They get bonuses to cover, all this other kind of stuff. And basically, it's your only target because the entire list is like characters. And
Now, can those assassins snipe characters?
oh well, it depends what kind. Yeah, he also had some. I think he had some Vindicators in there. Those can snipe. They have snipe abilities. He had Colexis for shooting down Psychers, so that you can't just smite out his assassins. So if you shut down the snipes or the smiting, and all people can do is shoot at you, and they have to hit you on a 6 unmodified, that's a tough unit to take out. It's a powerful list.
That's some sneaky
Interesting.
stuff.
That's some
Yeah.
sneaky stuff, man. We
Plus,
are seeing some.
If you could snipe out characters, that's usually is going to break down.
Sure, you have
Because
your
everybody's
IG
list out there is just designed to work a certain way,
right?
and they're usually, fairly resilient.
Yeah.
But there are keys to it. If you could hit those keys,
You take out a commissar or two on one of those big IG conscript squads,
don't mess
you're
around.
gonna run through that thing like butter. Boom.
Commissars in town. Uh-oh.
Anyway,
Butter.
thanks for posting up, guys. Sure appreciate it. John, great job. Josh, coming in a second. Good deal. Now we're coming a little bit closer to home, Dave, down at Autos, Video Games, and More in beautiful,
Bakersfield.
luxurious Bakersfield, California, right? 18 players down at Bakersfield. Now, some of the friends we met up in Sacramento, Dave, from the Meta Mafia, they traveled south down to Bakersfield to participate. So that helped boost
that's
their numbers
awesome.
up a little bit. Yeah, no kidding. So,
I
in
hope they
Autos, our first place, well, I think second place might have been from up north. But anyway, first place was Devon Vines playing Thousand Suns. Once again, a unique Chaos Space Marine list from the Chaos Space Marine Codex. I've yet to see Thousand Suns win a tournament, and 18-man tournament is pretty impressive.
Just did.
Sure wish you'd posted your list, Devin. I would appreciate
Not
that.
too late.
It's not too late. But perfect scores, 19, 19, and 19. So, man, well done. And coming in second place, who was second place up at Fairfield at the transition game, Kyle Watson coming in with the same list, the Dark Angels list. And, man, always a bridesmaid.
Never bride.
Good try, Kyle. Keep up the good work. We hope to see you advance up there.
Number two. I'll
I wonder
take it.
I wonder what's going. Take what?
He's second place.
Oh, okay.
Second place is awesome.
It is awesome. Yeah, out of 18 people at a competitive tournament.
Unless
well
you lose
done.
to the Patriots, then it's horrible. Hate the Patriots.
All right, let's go up north. Let's go up to beautiful Oregon, Sherwood, Oregon,
To the forest.
to the forest of Sherwood. So, how many players do we have up there? We had 19 players up there. Lords of War number 14. I like that. They're keeping a long run going up there in Sherwood. Coming in first place is Sean Morgan. Sean is all over the interwebs. He's a real great commentator out there, especially on like competitive 40K and stuff like that. Coming in first place with Yanari. Once again. The Eldar, man, they're hanging around. But Sean, if you could post your list up in the future, hey, it'd be great. Oh, wait. No, he did. Oh.
Thank you, Sean.
Look at that. So Sean came in with this thick and heavy list. So he had like their main god guy, like Yanara Rita or whatever. Something like that.
Margarita.
I know that's not quite right, but something like that. Then he had 2 Wave Serpents. So they're saying Wave Serpents are kind of back. You remember Wave Serpent Spam
I hate him.
from 7th edition? They're kind of coming back in. And he had 3 Hemlock Wraith Fighters, which are 3 flyers. So he went with a flyer heavy list. Flyers aren't dead, right? The Fire Raptor, Hemlock Wraith Fighters, they're still out there.
Isn't that flyer some kind of psyker as well?
I believe that one is. Yeah, you can throw some psychic action down
So you
there,
know
too.
what I'm seeing here?
Huh.
So when 8th edition came out, everybody's like, oh, this is all about hand-to-hand. This is about melee. Which it was just better for hand-to-hand.
Right.
But it's still a shooting game.
It is still a
More
shooting
so
game.
than ever.
Yeah. Look at our next
And so
player.
look who's coming back.
Yeah, coming in second place, Mike Kriegler. Well done, Mike, playing Chaos Space Marines. So I went through his list a little bit. So he was playing a little bit of Alpha Legion, a little bit of some other stuff. Quite a bit of Forge World stuff. So he's playing like a shooty gun line Chaos Space Marine army, which you don't see very much for Chaos, right? But he had like 2 Bombards and Earthshaker cannons, 3 units of Havocs back there, some Obliterators, and he had like captains floating around or Chaos Lords to give him rerolls. And then for up your face action as a distraction unit, Chaos Warlord on a bike and 4 3-man bike squads. You don't see
That's
that
heavy
anymore.
duty, man.
That's some crazy stuff. So he's got stuff to run around, high-speed stuff to grab objectives, go out there and
Bikers.
get stuff.
Bikers.
Not bad, man. Not bad. Good job, Mike Kriegler. Well done. And thanks for posting both of y'all on BCP. Sure appreciate it.
Great job.
All right. Let's go down to Las Vegas now. North Las Vegas, Nevada. Another 18-man RTT. Looks like coming in first place was Mark Torres. Mark Torres playing IG. Another IG first place.
That's what I want to hear.
I bet you do, man, no doubt. And coming in second place, a name we haven't said for a while, Aurelio. Do you remember?
Correct.
Correct. That is correct. Once again, playing Alpha Legion.
Steel Trap.
So that's 2 Alpha Legions in first or second place in 2 different RTTs.
Impressive.
Yeah, no doubt. And he was, let's see what we got on. Oh, man, 3 Valkyries. Is that Alpha Legion? That's not Alpha Legion.
No, that's
I think that's the IG list from
that's
Mark
IG.
Torres.
Yeah, you got a Shadow
Sword,
Sword,
2 Wyverns, Manticore.
Tempestor Scions.
So 3 Valkyries. Flyers are still working out there, man. All right, we are almost done. We got 1 more to go. Once again, all the way back out to Hawaii. Armchair Adventure had 2 in 2 weekends. On the 3rd, 14 people came out to participate, so they doubled their numbers, right?
Should have been 15.
Should have been.
This guy.
Coming in first place, Justin Gibbs playing Grey Knights, right? One of our newest codexes out there, the Grey Knights Codex. And here we have a first place with a 14-player tournament. Not bad at all. Coming in, tying for first place was our friend John Brock, who was first place on the other one, right? So John is out there doing some good work, playing his IG, and once again, perfect scores for both players.
Awesome.
And that
is the way it's done.
Wraps up our 2 weeks in review. So some of the things we're seeing, number one, I see there's actually a fairly broad spectrum of wins and losses going on out there, Dave. But our strongest right now seem to be Chaos, IG, surprisingly Ynnari. I didn't think we'd see that much Ynnari when I was going back through the list, but they're definitely still a threat. And then Chaos Space Marines floating around in random patterns.
And then Orc Stragglers.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have
1 Orc Straggler.
But how many people are playing Orcs? I mean, I think there's a lot of opportunities out there. We're seeing a lot of different lists. It's almost anybody's game. The meta is changing.
It's still fresh.
Yeah, like weekly, right? IG was dominating everything there for a while, and in our local RTTs, not so much, right? We had like 2 or 3 IGs in the top 2.
It's still so new, everybody hasn't tried everything yet.
I agree. Or maybe they're just all assembling their mortar teams. They haven't got them ready to go yet.
That's in the next episode, Dave.
Well, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Don't give it away.
Hey, so everybody, if you're listening or watching, or you once again, Best Coast Pairings, please upload your list. Give us something to talk about. We'd like to see what's going on out there, and we want to give you the best and newest information available. Right, Dave?
We want to talk about you and your list.
Yeah, so hey, man, if you're getting wins out there, and maybe I'm not finding it, maybe I'm not reading it, let me know. Drop me a line. I'm on the Facebooks. Dave Singer. Easy to see.
Anything so that's it for this episode?
That's it for this episode. Coming up in 10B.
10B.
The future tournaments.
Upcoming tournaments. And we're going to talk a little bit about our own personal Garage Hammer games.
That's right.
And some things that are going on in the game.
That's right. I had a great SmackDown game to talk about with my Death Guard. All right, we'll see you soon. Everybody take care.
Shortly.
Mahalo.